Being able to see the giant crowd, like you could hear when people were just walking into their seats, you could hear people's like families screaming for them. I was able to see my family like close up, and they had like these signs of my face. It was really funny.
They had like posters or like handheld things, signs of my face, baby pictures and like recent pictures. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, I saw my mom in the stands because she had this big bouquet. She was like waving it.
They were holding these giant posters, and I was thinking it was really cool, but I was also kind of worried about those people behind them because I was like, oh, they're being blocked. But like I felt kind of bad, but yeah, it was a very grandiose, very impressive event.
I couldn't see my parents. They were like really far, really high in the bleachers. They told me where they were, and I was like, I can't see you guys.
Well, actually, I didn't notice my family. Farah noticed them, and she was like, look, it's your parents. And then I looked up, my parents were there, and my grandparents were there too.
I was pretty excited because my sisters who like are normally really far away, who live pretty far away, came to see my graduation. And it was just really nice to be really bonded with them, and it's not something I get to have very often.
I don't know, it was just so cool because, you know, there's like the salutatory in like Michelle's speech, like every human being is a person. It's like the clearest example. Everyone has a family, and like everyone had these people that loved them, that came to support them.
And I remember spotting my parents and my family because they were holding the giant face sign, which I had no idea they were going to do. But just seeing them in the crowd was emotional. It was really emotional, and I was surprised how emotional it was because I was, for the first time in a while, I'm usually really hard on myself. I was proud of myself. I was proud of myself for making it there.
It was really nice to see that all of us made it. Not gonna lie, out of all of us, I think I didn't think I was gonna make it all the way, but it was really nice to see the end.
It was bittersweet, I'd say. Yeah, we're gonna go on to the next part of our lives, so I'm excited for my future. At the same time, I was sad to be saying goodbye to a lot of people that I might not see again.
Like I knew like as soon as we got out there, like it wouldn't be very long until they started calling all of our names. I don't know, I at that point, I kind of wished like I could delay it by a few hours.
And just hearing the music, hearing Pomp and Circumstances, which is funny because I played for graduation last year. Orchestra and band play for graduation every year, so I played last year, but now hearing it as I'm walking out.
Hearing the orchestra play for us, that was crazy. Like, cause I've been playing since sophomore year, so just like getting to kind of like feel that like come back to me, that was just a really great moment.
I love the graduation music. I got to play it as a sophomore first for my older brother who graduated in class of 2022. It felt like it was such a short time to finish high school, because if I was just thinking about like high school in terms of being able to play at graduation, it was just like I played it twice and then I graduated. It feels really, really quick. It was also just so nice to see the like upgraded version of this orchestra, like non-seniors and just people who are going to carry on like the entire like legacy and responsibility of being in like orchestra and band.
The first graduation I played at, I didn't know the seniors very well, so I was really happy for them, you know, because like they're graduating, yay! But these people like I knew like really well.
I knew these people since I was a freshman, and I was like, these people have been such an integral part of my high school experience, and like just to see them leave now, you know, like they're graduating, damn, what?
It's a little hard for me to digest that.
For me, it was just like, this is really happening now, you know? It's like bittersweet too, you know? It was like, oh, I'm happy for them, you know? They're finally graduating.
Symphony orchestra, or whatever's left of it, gets to play at graduation. And that's the second year I've done it. The first year I was with you guys, obviously. Second year, not by myself. I had Sarah, Charlene, I guess. Not yes, I had Charlene.
Being a junior and incoming senior and kind of just understanding that, wait, I'm going to be in the cap and gown in 12 months time is probably why it hits you harder in that situation.
Later on in the evening when choir was singing, I definitely cried a few times, but it was mostly like, wow. Like I just kept staring out at like everyone sitting there and I was like, wow. I was front row, so I also had a perfect view of the orchestra, and I was just thinking, I was there the past 2 years. sitting right there playing for all the previous graduating classes. And I think that kind of hit me a few times, but it was so nice to see everyone and all the families like behind us. It was a powerful moment.
I think I was happy and proud that I had so many people who were there for me that day, and not only just my family, but also I had orchestra, I had my friends who were also graduating with me, so that was really nice.
Honestly, like, it was unreal. Like, I couldn't have asked for like better memories, better like environment on that day.
It was a really nice day outside. You could see the mountains.
I just remember it looking so nice. Like, the sun was in the right spot. There were no clouds. Like, we could see the mountains. Like, it was just so nice.
The sunset was nice, the lightings were nice, that was good.
A beautiful day for graduation. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. You could see the mountains and the sunset, and it was orange, and it was beautiful. I could not have asked for a better day. And then we were seated, and I remember listening to the speeches, listening to Jared's graduation speech, which I remember him talking about it and how excited he was to give the speech. Because you think I like public speaking, this guy loves public speaking, and he's really damn good at it.
Good evening, graduates, families, Arcadia Unified staff, and other distinguished guests. My name is Zachary Jeremiah Jun, and I have had the privilege of serving as the senior president of the class of 2024.
I remember, I think it was Jeremiah, he said, "Don't be afraid to be afraid." Oh, was that what he said?
Don't be afraid to do something that embarrasses you. I've listened to a lot of graduation speeches, like commencement speakers, and obviously like even in our AP Lane classes, like we read through those and like analyzed obviously how people appeal to their audience. I wanted to worry as little about that as possible, and when I was writing my first draft. So I was just thinking about the different ways I've been able to learn about life through like the things I'm passionate about.
Class of 2024, I urge you to live your lives with courage. Have the courage to take risks. Have the courage to make unpopular decisions, to embrace moments of discomfort, understanding the lessons you can learn from them, and have the courage to be a little afraid. When you push through fear and keep trying, it's that persistence despite the fear that transforms the fear into courage. But what if, despite our courage and eagerness to face new challenges, environments, and people, we fail? Well, that's life, and that's inevitable. However, our response to failure can make all the difference. Our response determines whether failure will crush our motivation or propel us forward. Let me introduce a perspective on failure that may change your thinking. It's kind of like lifting weights in the gym. You push yourself, feeling the strain and the struggle, and there comes a point in time where your muscles give in, where you can't lift the weight anymore. Now that is failure, but it's not the end. It's a crucial part of the process, and it's where growth happens. And continuing on this weightlifting analogy, think about why people choose to work out with others, why people have quote-unquote gym bros. It's not just about the safety of having a spotter or achieving success. It's about demonstrating resilience, having the courage to face failure and to see failure as the end goal, all while moving forward together.
So I know one of my big examples was like working out and having a gym bro, which is kind of goofy. It's something like, I didn't have that in my script, like saying the gym bro part. It was more about like how people work together, but I just said it there. Like, I regret it a little bit, but honestly, I just wanted to sound like myself.
I will say though that like Jared's speech definitely had like a huge impact on me. Anytime I've been around Jared, he's just so positive and like so like inspiring. So hearing him speak at graduation, like it was really fun for me to like see a friend up there just like talking to the entire like senior class, all the parents.
We must adopt this mindset of courage and collaboration in every aspect of our lives. Every failure is a lesson to learn from, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. And in addition, surround yourself with people who share your ambitions and are committed to going far. Now, although it's cliche, no matter where you're headed, may you find peace in knowing that you'll eventually end up exactly where you're supposed to be. As much as the future beckons, I want to take one last look at the class that I'm honored to be graduating alongside. It has truly been a privilege to serve as your senior class president. As we depart from this racetrack, onto our individual journeys, whether we're off to new schools, new states, new careers, or staying right at home, I want you to remember the power of unity. We will always go farther together. Surround yourself with those that share your drive and determination to succeed, and do not be afraid to be a little afraid. Congratulations once again, class of 2024. Here's to new beginnings, cherished memories, and the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Thank you.
The bulk of my message, there's actually, like, I got inspiration from this guy who does, like, basketball reels on Instagram. This guy, like, named Austin. His channel is, like, Dabbly Ducks. So he's this guy who started basketball when he was 21, and he was overweight. And then he was able to, like, lose, I think it's like 50 pounds just by playing, like, recreational basketball.